isn't it?
Right, sticking out a little bit there.
Right in front of the dude.
Yeah, little problem there.
What?
God, I've never
You
seen
see,
this.
at this point right here, when I added that comment right there, I said to myself, you know what? I think I have something going on here. This is going to be fucking hilarious.
Now let's face it, people who've seen me play games, they know that I'm not that bad at every game that I play. Oh, fuck me. In 2012, when this whole negativity movement started, people loved me. They thought, wow, Phil is a good person.
Looking for. You got some idiot named DSP who's a total piece of shit, by the way. I like to get that on YouTube.
It's time to come back full circle and see if I can actually do a legitimate run of the game, pay attention to it, try to learn the controls and the menus rather than flubbing about. In that regard only. The guy still has stalked me for 10 years, watched every moment, commented on me on his Twitter. He probably commented today on his Twitter about this very event.
Oh my god, he's reacting to me on Twitter. He's stalking me. Like, that's not what stalking is. Welcome to episode 3 of the tragic comedy of Dark Side Phil. And today we're talking about the legend of Evil AJ. For those who may have forgotten, or those who haven't been around in a long time, they might wonder, hey, who's Evil AJ? What did he do? I'll let Frederick Newson explain what he did and what made him so legendary in the Detractor world.
Evil AJ published a montage of Philip's gameplay footage of Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty in early 2013, entitling it, "This is how you don't play MGS2." Throughout the nearly hour-long montage, he peppered in comments from viewers frustrated with how poorly Philip was playing, especially noting how he was ignoring important mechanics as a direct response to Philip's claim that viewers were extremely positive to the playthrough. This video showcased some of the worst of his play, where he would often blame the controls or game design for his poor performance.
And here's one example of DSP gameplay that shows why This Is How You Don't Play became so popular. Okay, now we're gonna see what happens. No, classic fail by Dark Side Phil.
Look at this.
And now you can see Phil has a rocket launcher in his hand and he's aiming towards the ground right next to the boss. Now, do you think that's a good idea? I think common sense would dictate that if an explosion is going to go off, you want to be far away from the explosion. You don't want to be right fucking next to it. Wow. Good job, Phil. Okay, now for some backstory on Evil AJ and This Is How You Don't Play.
So it seems like your biggest detractors are some of your earliest fans. Why do you think that is?
So, I mean, this might be a long answer. My fans will know it, but I'm terrible at them. I make risque jokes. I'm swearing at them. That was the shtick. That's what everyone liked back then. And then, basically what happened was after doing it for about 4 to 5 years, someone made a video. And the video was called This Is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Solid 2. And this was a playthrough I'd done on Metal Gear Solid 2, where I did my usual shtick. And my usual shtick is, oh, I suck at the game. Is it my fault that I suck at the game? Of course not. It's the game's fault. It's Hideo Kojima's fault. But someone made a parody video essentially taking out the moments of me doing that. Taking out all gameplay moments that would have been considered good or fun or entertaining, and only focusing on basically the cringeworthy moments about it. And my fan base turned on me. Admittedly, if you would like, I'm not going to go into a giant explanation.
So your fan base turned on you because of what a video that somebody else did highlighting, like, if that doesn't make sense.
Now, Phil's claims that the This Is How You Don't Play videos were the primary culprit for attitudes turning against him is directly contradicted by what he says in this video.
I really feel that 2012 was the year when that flipped, where it was like, all right, Phil's reached the height of where he's going to go doing what he does on YouTube, and now you're going to see stagnation. And admittedly, there were some things that happened in 2012 that people weren't too pleased with. Number one, revealing that I had a girlfriend, involving her in some of my projects, and a lot of people apparently don't like her. She rubs them the wrong way, whether it's they don't like her personality or whatever. No one's going to like everyone, but I went on like a censorship campaign to try to stop that stuff, and people didn't like that, okay? And because of that, because basically I was kind of censoring my content in 2012, there was this big negative mentality that came out of that. Phil's censoring all his content. He's a Nazi. He's a dick. He won't let us have free speech. He's not appreciative of us. You know, fuck him. All right. And I have admitted earlier this year that, yeah, I did censor stuff too much last year. And that's why I did the whole amnesty across the board. And I've tried to change my attitude this year. On my website, thekingofhate.com, in the year of 2012, there was a major transition and a major flip. Because I had started moderating my content. there was a group of people, and it wasn't a huge group of people. I would go as much, maybe it was 24 people at the most, who were on my website, who were fans of mine, but because they found out that I was censoring my comments on my YouTube videos, that was like, that's it. But because he started censoring comments, that's it. He's the devil. We hate it. And what happened was, behind the scenes, there began this real negativity on my website, thekingofhate.com.
Now keep in mind, everything that he just mentioned here started in 2012, before This Is How You Don't Play even existed. And he's already saying that he was engaging in a censorship campaign, and that his girlfriend that he brought into his content was off-putting to a lot of people. Why did Evil AJ even make This Is How You Don't Play?
In 2012, one of Phillips' fans going by the name Evil AJ 2010 was blocked from commenting on Phillips' videos when he mentioned his belief that Panda Lee was the cause of Phillips' change of attitude and, therefore, loss of viewers.
To enjoy your band. However,
And we're going to show here just one example of Phil's dramatic overreaction.
Here's the thing, this is what so many people don't seem to understand. I got so many just ridiculously insulting, disgusting messages from idiotic, sexist morons, and no, not everyone's sexist, but some people were saying, we don't like Panda Lee or her commentary, don't do these games. So let me get this straight. In a choice between having an Assassin's Creed 3 playthrough, having WWE 13 Attitude Era playthrough, with Panda Lee commentary and mine, or not ever doing the games ever, you would choose not ever doing the games ever. Well, guess what? You're a fucking idiot if that's what you said. You sent me comments like that. When you become an adult, an intelligent adult, okay, and you understand, you become mature, you understand that things aren't always perfect. Don't get me wrong, when I say that people are idiots, I'm not talking about the majority of people. I have to say this time, the comments on the Assassin's Creed 3 playthrough in particular were split 50-50. It was like 50% were just whiny, bratish children leaving comments like, oh, DSP doesn't listen to us. We said we didn't want Panda Lee and he put Panda Lee in this playthrough. It's ruined. Thumbs down the video, everyone.
Alright, now you can see that Phil was being pretty authoritarian when it came to his overreaction of people criticizing his girlfriend being in the content. But it didn't stop here.
So AJ, I know you've said this before, but I guess it'd be appropriate to ask, why even do this? What spoke to you about this playthrough? What made you think to yourself, I need to fucking trim this down, I need to fucking make this creation?
When he was getting ready to play Metal Gear Solid 4, the stupid retro replay, whatever it was, somebody questioned him on Twitter, asking him like, dude, didn't you do bad in Solid 2 and 3? And to my surprise, I shouldn't be, because we all know that he's pretty damn delusional. He said that his Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 got positive feedback. I mean, if you just go back and look at those videos with the damn ratings and comments, you know that's not true.
And here's one example of that from Metal Gear Solid 3 when the game tries to give him some helpful tips.
The binoculars and first-person view will prove useful in...
Suck my balls. Shut the fuck up, asshole.
KO! You lose.
That's pretty much what made me do that shit. Like, dude, is this really the positive feedback that he got? Really? You know?
So that was the point of the comments and stuff like that.
Basically, yeah.
Now, later on in the Side Scrolls interview, Adam would get Phil to admit that his overreaction to This Is How You Don't Play would then fuel the fire for escalation for more videos and other things as well. And here's one example of his gross overreaction.
Been two people recently who took it upon themselves to go back into my archives of footage and to fully...
And this comment, Phil and his mods had it flagged for spam. So they were openly trying to censor it. Why don't you accept the criticism and try to improve your product? You can always do better than you currently are. That's just how life works.
Go back into my archives of footage and to fully watch my Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 playthroughs from the HD remakes of those games last year. And basically, to make extra gameplay, which is illegal, you can't just download someone's video from YouTube and make your own montage without their permission.
Yes you can. It's transformative.
Like, okay, let's jab a poke here and there at Phil. It was malicious. The video was malicious. It's basically this guy really just saying that I'm a piece of shit, I'm worthless, I don't deserve to be a gamer, I shouldn't be making any money or getting...
Nowhere in those videos he ever say you don't deserve to be a gamer. Now he would show your audience saying that, and saying, dude, stop playing video games, You're not having fun anymore. Saying, stop being a baby. You're just playing a video game. Stop throwing temper tantrums. But AJ would never say, no, you don't deserve to be able to make money off this. You don't deserve to be able to do this for a living. You need to be banned from the internet. AJ never said anything even remotely close to that.
Views on YouTube or Twitch. It's a really malicious video. You can tell there's negative intent there. It's not something that's meant to be fun. And
he's an idiot. Right, sticking out a little bit there.
Right in front of the dude.
Yeah, no problem there. What? God, I've never
See,
seen this.
at this point right here, when I added that comment right there, I said to myself, you know what? I think I have something going on here. This is going to be fucking hilarious.
Yep. It turned out that way.
I want you to think about this. Why would someone make a video like that? It really is disturbing, and I'm actually afraid of this guy, that he's like a nut job, and that if I continue to play games on YouTube, he's going to show up here one night and try to murder me. I mean, seriously, he's fucking...
Are you fucking kidding? This is jumping the shark.
So they know nothing about me, and then they watch this video, and all the video is doing is basically showing me in a negative light. It's showing the worst parts of the playthrough, showing the parts where I blatantly fail, and basically putting that forward as this is what this gamer is. This is how bad he is at everything. Now let's face it, people have seen me play games. They know that I'm not that bad at every game that I play. Oh, fuck me.
He lacks the basic common sense. And that's the whole point. And that's why it's funny. And then what makes it even funnier is that he never says, oh boy, I screwed up there. He's always like, oh, the controls are bad. Oh, the game didn't explain this. Or, oh my god, you're supposed to know not to step on the landmine.
Representative of who I am as a gamer, and it was misrepresenting myself to hundreds and thousands of people on the internet who knew nothing about me and watched the video, and they're like, wow, this guy's terrible. And I was actually getting attacked. I still get attacked, daily on Twitter by people. Wow, just saw that montage video. You're horrible. You should die and never make another video again because you suck.
Now, I guarantee you that people who say that he should go die are few and far between. Especially based on what he considers to be people disrespectful and malicious. Just based on what we've seen in recent years. He is notoriously thin-skinned.
It is not on fucking easy, and if you say it one more fucking time and you lie to my audience, you will be permanently banned from the chat. The game is not on easy, you stupid piece of shit dunce who wants to discredit anyone who plays the game on normal. It's on normal. Deal with it. If you don't like it, fuck off and don't come back. I'm never gonna put up with that ever again. Every person who says it's on easy is just gone for good. I'm tired of it. It's so disrespectful to say shit like that. It really is.
Now we're jumping ahead to 2015, where Phil makes the obscene claim that those who make This Is How You Don't plays, just funny montages making fun of him, were directly responsible for him getting swatted.
There's a difference between constructive criticism that I can take to improve and literally just trying to fucking hurt someone.
How is laughing at someone's mistakes hurting someone?
When you see a ridiculously one-sided, slanted video on YouTube of stuff, gee, they took a quote from here and a quote from there, and they're working this negative case against Phil, right? I want you to say, Phil almost died. Phil could have been shot to death by these people. Not to say that the people who are making that video or making that tweet are the ones who did this today and swatted me, but those people inadvertently contributed to it.
So in Phil's mind, making montages and laughing at his fails, at him failing at video games, is what somehow magically contributes to people trying to harm him in real life and trying to swat him. Unreal.
Because the bottom line is, in 2012, when this whole negativity movement started, people loved me. They thought, wow, Phil is a good person on YouTube. All of a sudden in 2012, when people started, oh, let's do this, let's make funny montages of Phil failing, the whole internet changes and goes against me, right?
Now, Phil's lying through his teeth when he says that up until the hate campaign of 2012 and 2013 started, everybody in the world loved him. And to prove that, here's exhibit number 1. Mike Watson, a prominent figure from Phil's old Street Fighter days.
Looking for. You got some idiot named DSP who's a total piece of shit, by the way. I like to get that on YouTube, but...
Okay, exhibit number 2. His old website from the early 2000s called tophaters.com, where he would openly just shit all over people endlessly. And in this case, we're going to female cosplayers, where he shows some of the most venom, vitriolic opinions you could possibly imagine. And here, even though we can't see the picture, it mentions what's called Exhibit B, the hot chick. And then Phil lays out 3 options. Hey, what do you think about this picture of the hot chick? And then he has option A, B, or C. And if you want, you can pause them real quick to read. I advise you don't read the rest of the page, because there are some hateful slurs in there.
Let's go. The correct answer is, of course, D. None of the above. That girl's a fucking dweeb and a half, not a hot chick.
Oh my god, this, oh holy fuck, I'm reading the last line, man.
We'll
We have to
get there,
that.
we'll get there. Any self-respecting hot girl who would dress up like that has to be on some kind of drugs. And she looks pretty straight to me. And it's like, all right, but this is unfortunate because if she were not a total loser, this girl would actually be a hot piece of ass. So she is hot in the end. So she is hot. Let's not get it twisted. She is hot. But because she does this offends Phil to such a degree.
Because she's a dweeb.
Yeah.
Dweeb and a half, sorry.
If I were to fuck this girl, don't worry, Phil.
I feel right, before we go any further. Yes. The most laconic reply there. If
I were to fuck this girl, I would have to fuck her right in the poop chute. Because actually sticking my dick in her pussy would probably reflect some kind of respect for her. And that's something I definitely don't want to do. Holy fuck!
Okay, and I could keep going here. I mean, there's a story that Phil openly admitted in 2022 was 100% factually true, to where he was trolling and insulting and just being an asshole to a guy to such an extreme level that this one guy from the Street Fighter community openly wanted to meet in real life and just beat the shit out of Phil. So Phil does have a history of pushing people to the breaking point.
Right? Shame on you if you ever made a "this is how you don't play" about me, if you ever decided to follow me, make a clone account on Twitter, do this childish shit on YouTube. You almost got me killed. You. Yes, you.
Oh boy, that's a quote that will live in infamy. This is how you don't play is basically the equivalent of attempted murder. Amazing. Alright, after that meltdown, we're gonna go into 2017. That's when Phil did a complete U-turn on his opinion of This Is How You Don't Play.
So I said, hey, no pressure. If you don't do it, don't worry. But if you want to work on it and make one and submit it to me, and I'll take a look, and as long as it looks good, obviously I don't want it to look like terrible, but if it's a good looking montage, I would be willing to, post it up. And basically it would be a new program for KO Gaming, which I'm going to call KO Community Creations. This is a brand new thing that I'm starting. And the way it's going to work is people can take my gameplay from my playthroughs and make fun montages. Shame on you if you've ever made a "this is how you don't play."
Okay, aside from this being a massive flip-flop, by the end of 2017, his KO Community Creations, his attempt to grift off of This Is How You Don't Play completely crashed and burned. And why, you might ask? Because the This Is How You Don't Plays that his fans created were completely boring as shit compared to the awesome hilarity of Evil AJ and those who followed him.
Okay, we've got some music.
Some copyright infringement waiting to happen.
He fell to the same trick that he did two
I
places.
didn't know you could do that.
What the fuck was even the person's thought process of putting this music in here?
This is sad where we're analyzing the music more than the actual video.
Okay, this music is really obnoxious.
Okay,
Yeah.
this music is not.
I don't think the person who made this video cares.
Wait, this was put on KO Gaming?
I don't know what's going on with KO Gaming, but people don't seem to be checking out the stuff I'm putting up there. It's a little disappointing, And then you've got literally ridiculous amounts of comments from these immature dumb fuck kids. And of course they thumbs down the video too, 200 thumbs down. Immediate thumbs down. Why? I'll tell you why. Because it's a comedy video. That's not a nasty negative video about me. It's not a "this is how you don't play" negative video about me.
So, but why don't you play into it? Do that. That was the actual editing. That was pretty brutal.
Well, I can't dodge any of this. Can't move. I couldn't see him.
sorry. I could have done better if I just known that I needed to use heavy attacks to hit him. I would have beat him quick. I didn't know that, though. An underage kid just hit on me, and I'm underage too. That's gonna be it for This Is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, everyone.
What was that? That was what, dude, he picks the softball shit. Phil!
What the hell was that?
No. This is how you don't do... Yeah, they're so weak. These are the... This is like... Phil's like a dictator from a Banana Republic. Trying to make it like he's for the people. Oh yeah, this is how you don't play. Don't watch the ones that are actually good. This is what you want to see. You're gonna get exposure from my 12 active subscribers. Yeah, Evil AJ, the classic one. Yeah, what made them classics is they peppered in the comments too.
Alright, so we have to get down there and not die. Fuck. We'll get down there.
How do I get down there? I don't know. Let me just fall into the void. The only way that could have been more obvious to not fall down there is if the developers actually put in text, "Don't fucking fall here." Oh, don't fucking fall there. I'm gonna jump anyway.
So this, on its own, was posted on the internet. Oh, it's great because it makes fun of Phil. It's good content. Thumbs up. But because I approve it and post it on my channel, oh, thumbs down.
No, it's because it's wah-wah. It's not like the actual true roast.
Now we're going to briefly jump ahead to 2022, when Phil was openly talking about how he believes that This Is How You Don't Play completely misses the point of the content creation he was doing at the time.
What's hilarious about that is that misses the entire point of content creation that I was doing. I was never playing games to say I was good at them, or that I was the funniest or most entertaining or best or anything like that. I was just dicking around having a good time, saying over-the-top silly things. That was my shtick, is don't play the game well, flub your way through it, but then be over the top during it. That was entertaining. That's why people liked my content. The video misses the fucking point entirely.
Okay, and here is the first video in Darkside Phil's Metal Gear Solid 2 Redemption run, 6 years after his initial playthrough.
It's time for the Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 Redemption runs. I'm starting with Metal Gear Solid 2, obviously going in chronological order of when the games were released. This game was the very first Metal Gear Solid game that I ever played on YouTube. And I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I did terrible at it. I know the playthrough was bad. That was the point. Now I'm coming back 6.5 years later, full circle, to re-experience the game and see exactly how I can do it. It's time to come back full circle and see if I can actually do a legitimate run of the game, pay attention to it, try to learn the controls and the menus rather than floating about. Let's see how this goes. I don't know how this is going to go. I will not be accepting hand-holding. I'm going to say this right now. I'm laying down the law to my chat mods. Please keep an eye on the stream chat. Do not, if you're watching live on stream, do not spoil the game and tell me exactly what I need to do. I want to try to play it for myself. That's the point of the Redemption run.
Now, let's see how Phil does when he says he's quote-unquote taking it seriously now. Whereas previously, was based on what we heard from him saying in 2022, he would just flub around and not take the game seriously. So you would expect, if those statements from 2022 were valid, that you'd expect him to have better results, right?
Alright, there's the guard. See the staircase there? Freeze. Shot him with a tranquilizer dart. I don't know if it did anything. Alright, he's out.
Okay, what's this?
Snake, go through that door into the ship's interior.
Alright. Cruise quarters, port, deck A. Sneaky, sneaky.
Okay, so in 2012, just like now, starts on the outside of the ship. And in 2012, he was able to get in relatively smoothly. Let's see how Phil does by comparison. You see, he had a little rough go of it knocking out the first guy.
Shitty start. I wonder how long he stays knocked out. Oh, I got a ration. I ate it by accident. Pressed the wrong button. I wanted to equip it and it said I ate it.
It literally says, press X button to use. At least he knows how to use rations, at least. That's one area in which he's, you know, slightly ahead.
How do you use rations? I don't get it.
What the hell? He kicked me. So I could go into the whatever I want. I'm trying to get all the items though.
So already, not off to a good start. Multiple caution modes, and he already got spotted. And he hasn't even entered the ship. He hasn't even gotten into the ship yet.
There's somebody there.
Well, now I gotta fuck this guy up. Yeah, but he did a big boot. Oh my god, he was big booting me like the Big Show. What the fuck? There's no way to grab them in this one? You just do punches and kicks, you can't grab them, I guess? I don't know. Oh! It's triangle. I got a chaff grenade. By the way, that was Big Dumper gave me a tip there. He says you gotta hold against the wall and press triangle and you jump over items. Yeah, I didn't know that. Let's see here. I will not be accepting hand holding. God damn it.
Really, Phil? You just run right up to the guy?
It's so weird.
Seriously?
Sometimes you're like, you can't tell where. Didn't even tell you what the action button was. I wasted a freaking trank dart.
Yeah, I don't even need to explain just how much worse Phil did 6 years later. I mean, it took like a couple minutes. It was really straightforward in 2012. And now he's getting alerts constantly. He's getting shot at constantly. He had to use rations and use up supplies, completely defeating the whole purpose of his exploration.
Well, M9 bullets. I don't think I have the M9 gun, do I?
Oh my fucking god, he did it. He literally did that. Oh my fucking god.
M9 bullets. I don't think I have the M9 gun, do I?
History is repeating itself.
It takes fucking forever. How's my M9 bullet full? I don't have an M9. What the fuck? What? I don't have the M9, but it says my M9 bullets are full. That's good.
Alright, now we're going to compare both playthroughs when it comes to Phil trying to reach the top of the ship in the tanker chapter. This part is relatively straightforward to deal with, and we'll see how both Phil back then and Phil 6 years later deals with this.
Great, fucking soldiers everywhere. Box one, I found a box. Son of a bitch. What the hell? What the hell? What's he doing? yawning. What the hell? Yeah? Now you're permanently asleep, motherfucker. Because you're fucking dead. What's going on?
Snake, wait! Don't move. Infrared sensors. Right, and they're linked to, let me guess, Semtex.
More Semtex?
Exactly. Plastic explosives. Exactly where the beams are, you can use the usual method. There's a fire extinguisher over there. Break it open and try scattering some of the extinguishing chemicals.
Okay. Aha. I'll kill this guy once he goes around the corner. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to kill him. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Do I go left or do I go up? Should I go up?
Snake, respond. Snake?
And for reference, he did not make that mistake on his first playthrough, when he was the dumbass character. Whereas he made the mistake when he was now quote-unquote playing the game seriously.
What's going on?
Snake, wait! Don't move.
What now?
What? He woke up!
Yep. Keep telling yourself that you're playing the game seriously now when you weren't playing it seriously back then. Yeah, keep telling us that, Phil.
He fucking woke up while he was asleep. He just wakes up out of nowhere. Oh, this is not good. I don't even know where I'm supposed to go. Owned yet again. If only the guy going to sleep didn't magically wake up. His face is in the box. What the ninja kicked me. Well, here we go again. So much fun.
The funny part is, I was actually going to give Phil props for like, okay, hey, that was some good reflexes. You saw the guy was taking the box off, and then boom, he pounced. But then Phil fucked it up by completely forgetting that as soon as a guy gets knocked down, he'll immediately get up and he'll get ready to trigger an alert.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think I've made my point with this. His whole idea of like, I was just fucking around back then, and that's just a character. I was playing up being an idiot. It's complete and utter nonsense. And if anything, you could say that his gameplay was actually better back in 2012. He actually seemed like he was actually paying more attention to things back then. Just these two clips, and I could keep going. But in the MGS2 and MGS3, he objectively does worse in his redemption runs, quote unquote, than in the original gameplay. It's astounding. Hey, if you're enjoying the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Okay, now we're going to go jet back into 2022, and we're going to talk about Darkside Phil doing a reaction to the This Is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Solid 2 video from 2013. First thing I got to bring up, the elephant in the room, is the thumbnail. And there's nothing wrong with it per se if you know nothing about the Metal Gear world, but for those who know about it, he's reacting to a Metal Gear Solid 2 montage, but the character he imposed his face on was Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid 4, 2 games later, and is a radically different person at that point. So right there, he already fucked up before he even started the reaction when he made this thumbnail. Just wanted to point that out real quick.
So ladies and gentlemen, that is This Is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Solid 2. The video that literally launched over 100 more, right? Seriously. It launched so many other videos. My reaction to this originally was negative and bad. Basically crapping on Evil AJ and others who were making similar style of videos. Saying, listen, you didn't ask for my permission to do this. You stole my content. You made this now. And now I'm losing views.
Okay, here's archived data from the old website Social Blade, which got their information about growth in views and stuff directly from YouTube. So the information is pretty damn reliable. And here we can see Darkside Phil's monthly viewer growth from 2011 to 2014. And we can see right here that his channel reached a peak at the end of 2011 and then started declining shortly afterwards. And we see that in 2012 it went a bit up and a bit down, bouncing around, but there's an unmistakable decline. Even in 2012 with the ups and downs, we can clearly see that. And again, this is all before This Is How You Don't Play was even a thing. So Phil's claims that, oh, This Is How You Don't Play happened, and then I started losing views is complete nonsense.
I will make a public apology to Evil AJ today and say that I don't feel that the intention of this video was anything malicious. I don't feel like he was trying to take money out of my pocket with this video. I don't feel like he even knew when he made this kind of video that eventually it would become what happened with the insane amount of people hating me on the internet. All right? And
Well, what's wrong? Well, if people are hating on the internet for good reason, then it doesn't matter how many people are hating you. And that's the thing. He will never, he'll always just say, oh, it's negativity, it's hatred.
I said that Evil AJ could have been the reason why I was swatted. I don't believe that. I think that was me being very angry in the moment at what had happened. This was the video that started the movement of negativity towards me. This is not what got it careening out of control to the point where people wanted to DDoS me, swat me, and false copyright strike my business into oblivion.
Hold on a second there, Phil. That was your own fault. The last one was 100% your fault, as I cover in my Project 7 iceberg video. And we'll slap a little bit of that in here just for reference. So Darkside Phil announced that Project 7 was canceled on August 14th, 2015. Then, just a few days later, we got the first wave of copyright strikes by Jackie Chin on August 17th, 2015. And then, 2 days later, on August 19th, we get the strikes from Be Awesome One. So, by any reasonable standard, it's safe to say that these are directly connected to Project 7. I mean, the timing is just too close, just to say that it was just a coincidence. Yeah, it is below the belt. It was wrong to file the strikes, especially when it's months after initially giving permission. But again, this was almost, there's a 99% chance that this was all 100% Phil's fault for scamming his viewers out of Project 7. And also him trying to claim this is threatening his livelihood. No, it's nonsense. Copyright strikes are not the same as pointing a gun to your head. And I mean, especially because there were plenty of other platforms like Twitch who would have gladly welcomed him with open arms. And again, any financial problems he had were the result of his own bad choices and overextending himself with 2 mortgages and a expensive car lease he couldn't afford, among many other things. And Sunny V2 summarized this whole thing perfectly in his 2020 video.
You blaming YouTube is assumably you saying that your income isn't high enough from YouTube. But what about the other side? What about your spendings and money management, Phil? How do you actually know that you're good with money, dark side, Phil?
This all started when I moved across the country in 2014. Before then, I did not really have much significant debt at all. But when I moved across the country from Connecticut to Washington, I accrued a ridiculous amount of debt. Between, you know, the down payment on this home that I live in, the moving cost, the cost to furnish the house.
If he had never pulled off the Project 7 scan, those copyright strikes most likely would never have happened. And again, like the DDoS attack and the swatting, is like those were issues that were just lone actors. To this day, we do not know who engaged in those activities, and odds are they were just random crazies. That's all. So, and you can't control the actions of crazy people. Therefore, trying to put blame on somebody for what a crazy person did is in bad faith, to say the least.
So I want to make an apology to him in that regard, because I do feel like maybe I said things over the years that were completely unfair about him in that regard only. The guy still has stalked me for 10 years.
What the fuck do you mean he stalked you? He made videos about you and followed you on social media. You better have some damn good evidence for this one, Phil.
Pretty much every moment commented on me on his Twitter. He probably commented today on his Twitter about this very event. And he still won't leave it alone. He still to this day is doing shit in regards to like hating on me. And I think he needs to move on from that. But
literally, that's all it is. That's all you had? Oh my god, he's reacting to me on Twitter. He's stalking me. Like, that's not what stalking is. It's like, no. Ask ReviewTech USA about what a real stalker is. He'll tell you his whole story about Ralph. You don't know the first thing about stalking. Shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry if I said stuff that resulted in any kind of negative backlash saying stuff like that, because I don't think it is, you know?
Funny, because the very next year, you would throw him under the bus in the Side Scrolls interview.
Someone made a video, and the video was called "This is how you don't play Metal Gear Solid 2." And this was a playthrough I'd done of Metal Gear Solid 2, but someone made a parody video essentially taking out the moments of me doing that, taking out all gameplay moments that would have been considered good or fun or entertaining, and only focusing on basically the cringeworthy moments. My fan base turned on it.
Alright, one last clip before we wrap everything up. This is going to be a clip from 2023 where Phil, in his delusions, once again talks about how This Is How You Don't Play hamstrung his channel, and that if This Is How You Don't Play didn't exist, then he would be a massive channel today.
Whipping boy of the internet with This Is How You Don't Play. If This Is How You Don't Play never happened, I would be in a much bigger, better position than I am. Being that I'm a 15-year content creator, I'd probably be very large. I guarantee you I'd have 1 million subs. If This Is How You Don't Play never happened, I'd be a 1 million sub YouTuber right now. But that movement destroyed any kind of popularity that was towards me. And it made it okay to hurt me. That literally justified attack, justified harassment, justified bullying, because people on the internet made it a meme to do it.
And I think that pretty much sums it up. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you like it, you can check out an awesome video on the left, and also the first of my best of DSP videos on the right. And I'll see you next time.